folks, welcome back to the ABC Journeyman RFM23 save. We're back at club number 9, which is Coventry City, right at the end of season 5, I think, or season 6, I can't remember, which our first season in the Premier League, and it has gone very well. You can see behind me the league table is looking pretty good. We are sitting in 11th. We're just a point behind Chelsea with a game to go and a couple of points ahead of the teams behind us, with a very poor goal difference compared to Chelsea, but a win in this game against struggling Everton could put us ahead and into 10th. Chelsea need to beat Manchester United. So we'll see if that happens, but it's been a very, very successful season. If you're wondering why I'm starting like this, unfortunately the sound did not work on the video, so I'm having to kind of redo it and put a bit of footage together so you can see the final game of the season. So let's go over and have a watch of how we got on against Everton. Okay, folks, final match of the season here as Everton come up against Coventry. Team is Allen and Popovich up top. We have Lawrence and Costa left and right. Reyes and Vines coming in, not getting that huge amount of games. At the back line is Lorick on the right. Issa is moved into the centre because of injury. Taylor on the left. Asgar in the centre. Few players missing through injury. You can see Allen, Belford, Hayward and Leo all out. Leo not made it back for the end of the season. He has been a big loss this year. Robbie Allen and Gary Hayward, an important player at centre back as well. So a lot of players missing and a lot of players getting their final match. This is Steve Waters we're just having a quick look at. We've got some interest in him. Good player, really. So let's dive into the match. Okay, teams are ready to go. Everton versus Coventry. Final game of the season. And what we're trying to do here is just put a decent performance together. It's been a little bit difficult in recent times. Certainly the away matches we've not been that great. And a lovely through ball, Sabino Neto. And that's well defended against, but need to be better there, folks. Need to be a lot better than that. They just sliced through us. Neto with the corner. Can he find someone's head? No, he doesn't. It's well defended, and Asgar looks like he's going to clear it. Chelsea are only just ahead of us. They've gone ahead against Manchester United, so this might be a bit of an issue. It is Popovich into Costa and Allen. Puts it around the corner and we've hit the post. Lovely bit of play from Costa, and maybe we should have been 1-0 up there. Great effort. Everton running down the other side. Bellion, is he going to find the pass? 2 players on him, but Vines does well and clears it. So a couple of chances. Everton with a good effort, and Coventry with an effort, and Man United are now level with Chelsea. So maybe a chance here to go ahead. Lorick with the ball in. And Banzai has caught the ball. He's going to launch this up the pitch. Coventry's got all the chances, but we've not really seen too many of them. Just that really good effort. But we've got the ball here in the central midfield. Reyes plays it through. Popovich, surely. Lawrence. Oh, he hits the post. What a chance. How did he miss that? That was an absolute sitter. Easiest chance Lawrence has had all season. Couple of minutes later, Neto fires it in and it's cleared. He's going to get it back again. Real chance here. Oh, cleared it. I mean, Everton look dangerous going forward. They do look like they've got some fat chances, but Coventry have created probably the 2 best chances of the match, and neither of them have gone in, but a terrible bit of defending and Fensom. And it's a poor finish. If nothing else, Everton are pretty much down anyway, but you know we want a Coventry victory to finish this up with. So Taylor clears it, can't get onto that, and again Everton looking strong at the back. They've already been relegated. Coventry are not in any trouble themselves, so it's really a match with nothing on it, and it's a lovely bit of a play there. And Bellion just turns and shoots, and the bit of luck that the ball came out to him, but he should have never got it there in the first place. It was poor defensive work from Coventry City. Need to be a bit better. Lovely little ball through there. That's what did it. And it was a good save from Waters, but probably not the best bit of work he's ever going to do in his life immediately after that. Kick-off highlight though, maybe there's a hope here to get back into this. Lorick at right back, probably his final match for Coventry. On loan from, I think it was Arsenal, isn't it? Again, the ball's come back, but it's Everton who picked it up. Certainly feel like they have been much better as the match has gone on. Coventry with some really good early chances, couldn't make the most of it, and now we're sort of seeing a little bit of trouble from just wide from Coventry to create the chances and get forward and cause Everton enough trouble. So we're at half time, and that's where we are. We're 1-0 down. And we need to be a little bit better in this second half. Probably going to see some changes made. Well, almost nothing happening. And so we are going to make some changes. So Ruben Reyes, so Lunt is on, and Figueroa is on for Costa and Vines, just hoping to create a little bit more. So I think it's a reasonable chance, a reasonable change. Figueroa is a very, very fast player. So you feel like we might be able to create some more chances down that side. But Fensum does brilliantly just to win that. And again, we just look second best. Bellion over the top. And if they could finish, they might be doing a little bit better than they are. Maybe a chance here. Reyes also just over the top. I think that might have been put over by Banza. But I don't know, it never really looked like there was any trouble there. Figueroa's going to take the corner. Another player's not going to be here next season. You wouldn't think Lawrence is going to have a shot. That's a bit of a weak one. And the Mohawk, he's had his chances, Lawrence, today, and has not put them away. Couple more chances. We're going to bring on Becker in the centre-back for Issa. More of a sort of ball-playing centre-back, so maybe that's going to be helpful. Figueroa and Lawrence swapped over, and Suarez coming on that right side. Because Lawrence, I mean, he's had the chances, but he hasn't really created the chances. And good old Danny Barjones coming on for possibly what is going to be his final game. He is already said he wants to leave. So, fingers crossed Danny can come up with the goods right at the end. Well, there we go. He did not get his goal, and unfortunately that means he scored in every league that we played him in other than the Premier League before he leaves. A 1-0 loss it is, and a little frustrating. Well, folks, this is how it finished after that loss. We finished in 12th in the end, getting caught up by Leeds rather than not Southampton. So it's not the end of the world. But in fact, if you'd said we'd finished 12th at the start of the season, I would have been, I wouldn't have believed you. But, there we go. As you can see, we have picked up a bunch of money in the bank, already up to sort of £24 million in the bank, and undoubtedly there is more to come. But finishing on 38 points with 47 points after 38 games. Yes, it was a minus 23 goal difference, and that's something we absolutely need to work on. But what a lot of successes we've had in this club. Let's just have a look at how the results panned out after the last game we saw against Stoke. So you saw the 2-2 draw against Stoke. Yeah, there's been a lot of losses in there, but there's been some good results as well. Losing 5-0 against Tottenham, disappointing result. But then a home match against Manchester City where we actually played really well. Charlie Allen got himself a goal, but we weren't able to make the most of it after taking the lead. Losing 6-1 away against West Ham was one of the poorer results of the season. West Ham have had a really good year though. Popovic with the single goal. Here we lost to Southampton, or drew against Southampton. Conceded a late goal in this one. Shouldn't have come away with anything other than 3 points here. Popovic, Lawrence with a brace. Blackburn next up, beat them 2-0. This was pleasing. Allen and Popovic, I was pretty pleased with that. But again, a very big loss away from home. Something we need to work on. 4-0 loss against Liverpool. 1-1 home draw against Newcastle. It was a good result. Lee Lunt getting the goal, and Sheffield United an away victory here. Really happy with that. A couple of goals from Popovic and Allen getting the other one. We lost the last 3 games. You've just seen the game against Everton, but we also lost 1-0 at home against Manchester United. This wasn't a bad performance at all. Home loss against Wolves. Wolves again doing very well, and we were 1-0 up in this game, looking good. Did not deserve to lose it, but yeah, it is what it is. An own goal from Asgar was the one that finished us off. Popovic getting yet another goal. What a season it's been for him. So yeah, a pretty disappointing end to the season compared to how we started, but you know, we're getting a decent amount of wins, and I think what we've just got to think about is how on earth we are going to stop conceding lots of goals in games. We seem to have a couple of different ways of playing. One is where we have a really tight game, and you know, we can either lose, win, or draw it, and often we come out on top of those sort of games or get something out of them. But a lot of the rest of the time, we've had far too many opportunities where we've gone into games and got completely smashed. And yeah, that needs to be, we need to be better, much better in those circumstances. So an amazing start to the season, but we could not hold on to that start. And you look through how the players have been, and I think the biggest surprise for me has probably been Zivod Popovic, who, yes, he had an amazing season last season, but at 34, you were not expecting him to continue in as a goal scorer in the Premier League. 17 goals in 37 games. It's a really impressive season. 34 goals in 41 games last season. So yes, he's got previous of scoring goals, 18 goals the season before that. But you felt that he'd have to make a big step up at his age, and he just has. It's just worked. Whether he can continue that next season, I am not sure. It's going to be tough going. The player, I guess, alongside him, who we were all really surprised about, was Charlie Allen, who, after 3 seasons on the trot of scoring 5 goals in the Championship, he went on to score more goals in the Premier League and more assists. In fact, he had more assists this season than he had in the previous seasons for us. Actually, if you look at it, more assists or the same number of assists as the 4 previous seasons he played for us, and they were full seasons. So that is impressive. And it's also really impressive that he has been able to outscore himself. So he's not a prolific goal scorer, but if we can get that next season with him, we will certainly feel that he will be a good player for us. I think the problem really started out was Leo getting injured after just 14 games. A 7.32 rating, 4 goals, 4 assists, and then he gets injured after just 14 games. So we're a quarter of the way through the season, or maybe just over a quarter of the way through the season, and we lose him for the rest of the season. That was a disaster. And then to go on top of that, we lost Ruben Costa for a big chunk of that period as well. So he missed about 10 games in the season as well, and it was all in one big chunk. So yeah, very frustrating, and we certainly went from a side that was confident, creative, to one who'd lost their 2 most creative sparks. But it didn't completely dent us. Yeah, we found it difficult to be creative under those circumstances, but still, you know, the likes of Lee Lunt, the likes of Tom Becker, even Suarez on the right side were able to pick things up and potentially go well. Looking at the likes of Ruben Costa, he took his time to get into the side, but again, I thought he was a good player as well. But yeah, so I think all in all, I think the forward line, I think it's been better than I expected. The back line, unfortunately, has been more of a struggle. We've really struggled to be consistent at the back. Certainly at left and right backs, not been particularly strong. Our centre-back partnership of Asgar and Gary Hayward. I mean, Gary Hayward's actually done all right, but again, he has missed a few games. But it's just not good enough. There was too many individual errors back there, and something we really need to do. And I think the big place to improve next season has to be in that ball-winning midfield position, where we've had the likes of Rob Allen, who's played a lot of games in there and done okay. But I feel if we're going to have a big chunk of money, which we do. I think we've got a transfer budget. Okay, no, we have actually got it. It's £23.8 million next season. We got 42 million in the bank, so that's kind of nice. We've got a wage budget of £850,000 per week, which is great, and we are spending a lot less than that in the minute. So we have got space for one or two big players, I think, and we're going to have to use that. We're going to have to use that. I think it definitely feels like it's just going to be a slow burner to get this squad working, and we are probably going to lose Popovic. Certainly, we're going to be losing Suarez and Lorik. I've looked to try and extend their loans. That's a no. Figueroa, I don't think he's been quite what I was expecting, so we will let him go. And yes, we've got to use the home loan market really well. We didn't do it this season, but we need to find two players, home loans, who are going to be really good for us. They have to be major players for us. I think we have to do that because we can't really afford to buy in a major player. And I think where we do put the money, I feel, needs to be in that central midfield position, that ball-winning midfielder. Because I think if we get a really good player to break up the play there, that might be the thing to do. Let me know your thoughts on that. What should we do? How should we make this team better? Now that's if we stay at this team. Looking at the jobs that are available at the minute, there's not a lot. We can see the likes of Bournemouth available, but there's nothing in the Premier League. And looking in the Premier League, the three jobs that are insecure, they're all the relegated teams. So, you've got the likes of Blackburn, Chelsea, who we could go to. Whether we would be good enough at this point, I'm not sure. We've got our club rating is actually 3.5 stars. We've really gone up there. That's fantastic. What about our own rating? Our reputation's only 3 stars. That feels, considering what we've done, that feels a little bit harsh. But it's all right. So this is currently what the Premier League looks like, and the various managers there. Looking down, there's some interesting ones. Wayne Rooney's at Newcastle. Joe Hart at Arsenal, Xabi Alonso at Wolves, that's a good one. Conor Gallagher at Blackburn, Frank Lampard at Chelsea. That would have been back at Chelsea. So some big current players or just recent players at those clubs, and the likes of Frank Lampard. I think he's 66. He's an old man now, but he is not looking to retire at the end of this season. I don't think anyone is, unfortunately, looking to retire. So I'm not sure the job is going to become available at the minute. I guess the other question is, what about an international management position? Could we go for that? England would fall within the letter ruling. Just saying. I don't think the job's available, but it is something we can do. Anyway, folks, that's where we are at the minute. We have finished up 11th in the league. We've got some very important transfer business to do. Well, 12th in the league. We've got very important transfer business to do. We need to think about how do we replace Popovic's goals. We're going to have Leo back next season, and the hope is he's going to be as good as he was before he got injured. And we need to utilise those 2 home loan players plus I think 2 or 3 away of foreign loan players really effectively, as well as make use of our relatively small transfer budget for this league. Right, folks, I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit of a weird format. Sorry about that. But if you did enjoy it, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.